The concept around this panel is proof of law and RWA tokenization. As I was saying to the lawyers here present, when I first joined this sector, I was told that smart contracts would make lawyers redundant. I don't think so, gentlemen. So I'll hand over to Stefan. Will you perhaps introduce your group and talk through the proof of law?
Yeah,
very much.
Thank you very much. Welcome everyone, I'm really glad to be here. We're going to speak today about a lot of subjects, but particularly real-world assets, tokenization, data securitization, and certification with LOGION proof of law. So first, I'm going to present my panelists. We've got David, first, who is the CEO of LOGION. Next to him, we've got François, who is from HERJAN. After that, we've got Stan, who is from PC's Market. And we've got, finally, JURGEN, who is from Magma. So I don't going to talk a lot. I pass the mic to David, who will present what is proof of law and how LOGION help different projects that we have here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you guys to join us at the end of this afternoon, and thanks to all my partners, because we are working together around real-world assets tokenization, and we are on the ways of concrete project, and they will explain what they are doing exactly and what they've chosen LOGION as a solution to protect the different token holders or stakeholders, generally speaking. About LOGION and proof of law, we started this project a few years ago with the idea to fix the legal and economic framework of different kind of token. That was the first idea, I would say. Because, you know, a token, it's just about code, and the promise of the token is sure. If someone wants to issue a token about a real-world asset, real estate, or other things, doesn't matter, it will, I would say, tell you that this token represents something concrete. But it's just its promise. The idea of LOGION was to gather concrete information to justify, I would say, all the operation around the token. How it works, it's not complicated. When someone wants to issue a token, bound it to an asset, the idea is to contact LOGION and explain what is the project, and we will, I would say, create together the template of necessary information about the token and all the operation around it. All the information we will gather in a digital case. That's the idea, name a lock for legal officer case. And it's definitely really important. This information will be technically secure thanks to an infrastructure based on blockchain and an IPFS, but also legally secure. It's very important, but because all the LOGION infrastructure is managed by a collective of legal officers at the moment, but this legal officer could be also replaced by certification authorities. The idea is to provide also an institutional, a legal protection around the data, because even if you, I would say, secure data within an IPFS solution with cryptography and a lot of technical things to protect them, at each time you have someone who has the key, I would say, to open the door to the data. And within LOGION, it's not a startup. It's an authority, an institutional authority, or a legal officer. That's the idea. That's why we are also able to provide a legal protection. And when this finally digital case named the lock is complete, it is closed by and under the responsibility of a legal officer. And this legal officer will issue a certificate to showcase all the information gathered within the lock to the community. telling to the future token holder, we have collect a lot of information about this token, about this operation. It's important because just after this, I will explain in a nutshell that LOGION is also useful without a token. But the idea with the token, it will provide, I would say, a certificate in zero knowledge proof mode side under its responsibility. It's definitely important, and this certificate will be directly technically connected to the token. That's the idea of LOGION. That's why we are talking about proof of law, because the certificate is issued and signed by a legal officer. So we do this job with some partner project around some tokenizer, I would say, but LOGION is also useful with a partner as iTraceit. We invited, to be honest, a member of the iTraceit team. Together we are working on diamond traceability. About this flow, it's definitely very important to secure the data because the data around diamonds are very sensible, and LOGION is able to protect and to secure efficiently this kind of data. And they are also interested in certificate to highlight the fact that everything was made in compliance with the rule. That's the idea. And for the next month, we would also working on a project to certify it. I don't know if you know what is a SINT. A SINT are open source intelligence. It's information used for intelligence services, I would say, but in open source mode. And LOGION could be used to certify also this kind of information for authorities. But in this case, our legal officer could be replaced by other kind of certification authorities. I would say that's the main point about LOGION, and you could maybe complete.
Thank you, David. So that's one of the main subjects. LOGION is a solution that you can transpose to different use case to certificate legally or by a authority. That's really important. And you have all the traceability of the good thing of blockchain technology. So François, please, would you present you and your project?
Yeah, of course. Thank you very much. I'm François. I'm a lawyer by training. And I'm the less probably tech person in the room. So I must say that when I hear David, and I remember all the steps we took the last years, and now we are talking to artists, to art galleries, to museum, to private collection, and they all realize that, and you probably all have, or some of you have like a sculpture, very special furniture at home or painting, and when you buy it, you receive maybe, in the best case, a piece of paper. Can you trust a piece of paper where an artist tells you, this is an artwork I made and this is unique, or it is an edition, there are 10 of it, a photograph, multiple examples. And then we realize that we need more trust in the art world. So we're not talking about digital art here, we are really talking about painting, sculpture, everything which is unique and where we need trust. And some people say, yeah, I already have blockchain certificates. Okay, but you can put a lie in the blockchain. So it doesn't bring us further. We need something else, and we need the trusted third party, the legal officer David was talking. And there is really the match, and that's where, for us, LOGION is really the perfect partner, because it's the best of the two worlds. Legal officer, someone from the real economy, let's say, really someone who is entrusted by law, by a government. In Belgium, it's the king. In France, it's the president of the republic. So these are neutral legal officers who certify a process, and they put their name, they put a timestamp, which some of it it's on the blockchain, so you can double check that there is some documentation protected in a secret register. But at the same time, you have all the security that protects the data, which means that if I'm a victim, I buy an artwork, and that someone makes a forgery, a false artwork, and I have a claim and I discover that, I can fight it in justice or in arbitration or whatever. And thanks to the ZKP, Zero Knowledge Proof, this URL, you can reach out to this legal officer or to us in the future and make sure that this legal officer will say, hey, this artwork is probably a false one because 10 years ago, this guy, François, the CEO of Arts, this artist or this one came to me, I checked their identity, which is kept secret, I checked the artwork and everything, and if I go to a judge or anyone, they will recognize the authority of this person. So it's not only about security, technology, it's really about building trust in a huge industry which is working with, let's say, a culture of secrecy, and it's not always transparent. So, yeah, to us, is really the best partnership we can have, and we see a lot of potential for the future. So, yeah, I really encourage you to meet LOGION and discover the potential it offers.
Thank you very much, François. So it means that if I build a piece of art with your solution, I will have a sort of proof of propriety and all the traceability of the goods. That's it?
Well, in art, a certificate of authenticity is not a proof of ownership. It identifies the features of an artwork.
Okay.
But, of course, in the future, we could have an ownership claim. If you give, for example, an invoice, or if you work with really a wallet, an NFT, etc., you could eventually link the artwork, etc., but we not hear that. Imagine that to some people we talk to in the art world, when they say, I'm already in the digital economy, I give a PDF to my art collectors. Say, okay, no, I mean, or a scan or a picture of a piece of paper. So here we explain the zero knowledge proof that it's unforgeable.
Okay.
So and we talk now to insurance company, to banks who realize that a solution like LOGION allows to protect the value of real world assets.
Great, thank you, François. Stan, how do you use LOGION in Pieces Market?
Hey guys, I'm Stan from Pieces Market. First, let me explain briefly what we do in Pieces Market, because I guess it's crucial to understand our use case. Pieces Market is a platform for fractionalized luxury investments with main focus on Gen Z investors, because it's important to notice that Gen Z invest like completely different than other generations. They don't sometimes even care about like financial aspects of the investment. They like stories. They like to invest with emotions. They like to invest in something interesting that they can express themselves with. Like, for example, they invest a lot they trade a lot with sneakers. And we believe that they could also invest in, for example, luxury watches or luxury vintage cars, or, for example, even in art pieces. But they invest in sneakers because sneakers are affordable, and luxury art pieces or, for example, luxury watches are not affordable. So that's our mission in Pieces Market. We are building a platform for these users with a simple offer. If you are into investment and if you are into, for example, luxury watches, come to our platform and invest in, for example, specific Patek Philippe starting from 100 euro. And we are not a seller, we are more like a marketplace. We collaborate with sellers of these assets, for example, with producers or with auction houses or with resellers of the asset. And every time when we prepare the investment, the asset that will be fractionalized on our platform, we have a big stack of documentation. For example, we need to put this watch somewhere. We need to get some insurance for this watch. So, for example, we have a insurance agreement with insurance company. But now, how to prove to our users that it's real? We, of course, could upload a PDF on our website, but you can always ask, okay, I see there's a PDF, but I don't trust you. You are just some random guys. I don't know co-founders. Maybe it's a scam. So that was a challenge. How to prove that all the documents that are necessary in the process can be easily verified, and how to make this process fully transparent. Because in a Polkadot ecosystem, we talk a lot about this sentence, less trust, more truth. but it's easy to do when we are fully on-chain. Like every time when we connect on-chain world with real world, sometimes it's impossible to build something without trust. But the thing is that if you need to trust, it's better to trust, for example, legal officers and notaries than just some random team building another project. So with LOGION, we are working on a mechanism to collect all the documents regarding the process. The legal officer, the notary, collect all the documents directly from the actors in the process, and then confirm authenticity of every document and put it into the certificate that is put on IPFS and then linked directly to the smart contract. So the user can verify every information regarding the investment, regarding the management process of the asset, without a need of trusting us or without a need of trusting a seller. They have a confirmation from a legal officer, from the notary. Yeah, so this is how we use LOGION, and that's why I'm so excited about this collaboration to build a strong connection between digital world and real world use cases.
Great, thank you, Stan. Thank you. Really interesting, and yeah, I'm totally agree with you. We need that to go on the road of acceptation with all the government, all the things.
I'm happy that you agree with me. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Jürgen, what about you with Magma, please?
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm Jurgen SCHOUPPE, CTO of Magma, also founder of SafeTech Labs, which is the R&D company behind Magma. What we do with Magma is basically creating a data room, a decentralized data room from a digital twin. So we create a digital twin of real estate, basically, which is conceived to in order to cope with asymmetry. Basically, when you create a building, right? You have blueprints, you have all down to the construction of your building. You have a lot of asymmetries. So and we do incentivize those stakeholders that are attached to our DTT, which we call a digital twin token, and we store it on the blockchain, which is a token, our ERC 1155 standard. But that when we talk about storage on blockchain, doesn't mean it's certified, and that's where LOGION comes in handy. So basically, it becomes your data, well conceived, becomes an asset, and this asset needs to be protected. Also transferred. That's why we have also Inherity.com involved in the project. All those things combined makes us believe that we have a digital twin of real estate. We speak about large real estate buildings, projects with a lot of stakeholders. Even if tenants can be incentivized by our own token in order to make the data room as complete as possible. Once that's done, we certify it through LOGION. That's basically what we try to achieve.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jürgen. So as you can see, we got different use case of the solution of LOGION. But I would have one question for you, David. Why do we bring human in the process?
Yeah, it's something you are thinking it's good for the Web3 development. Some people doesn't understand why we do this, but you know, trust could be about and supported only by technology, maybe. But I think, and because also of all the news and the bad things that the intelligence, the artificial intelligence brings within the digital ecosystem today, for the future, it will be probably necessary to keep human in control of the final certification, I would say. We see this in different use cases, especially with the new SCHMITZ project, because when you talk with government or institutional, they are definitely very interested in new technology and the potential of new technology, also about blockchain, IPFS, and decentralization, auditability, transparency. they are aware of it and interested in. But the two things, keeping a human control continue to make sense, and something really important, having someone, so a human, who will take the responsibility of the process. And when you talk with institutional governments and sometimes also corporates and company, it's definitely very important. I would say to manage the risk, if you prefer something like this. I don't know what do you think about this, but if you have thoughts about this.
Yeah, maybe I can add on that one that people I tend to say that blockchain is meant to be to cut down the middleman, right? But that's a perception that I don't agree with. For me, blockchain is just a tool to help achieve your goals. And yeah, at the end of the day, to certify something, you need to have an interaction with a human being. At the end of the day, that's where everything comes down to that point eventually. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and about legal officer, I would say it's very, we know it's very specific to LOGION, but the idea was also to give the good warranties to the people about certification first, but also about data management. Because that's why we are working on the diamond traceability project, but also all the projects we are involved in at the moment. It's because, you know, a lot of people are interested in your data today, big companies, but also authorities. There is like fighting between anonymity on the web. It's difficult finally to find the good balance, the balanced solution, I would say. But for us, it's important to make all the stakeholders within the flow and the chains comfortable with our solution. When you will bring under the responsibility of a legal officer your data, you are protected under the law. It's important. As a data provider, I would say, the future token holder are protected too, but the authorities are protected too, because if they would have access to the data, they could, I would say, request a legal officer, but on a legal way. That's the idea.
That's
and
right.
It's important.
It's something really important to understand that traceability and certification will improve the protection of the users, of the business, and of the whole system. So that's something really we need in blockchain, in crypto, and in today's world. That's fine, Guy. Thank you very much. Maybe we got some question in the assembly. We got time for that. So if you got one question, Guy. I think we're okay. No question? All right, no question.
Yeah, just one thing to add maybe. Keep in mind, because we are all connected to the Polkadot ecosystem, that this matter, by this I mean RWA tokenization, is on the way. It evolves step by step. The pace is slow, but some concrete projects are on the way, and it's definitely important. I think in few months, I would hope months, but maybe years, it will be more mature and more involved in the lay light. I hope so.
Yeah, things are moving really quick, really fast. So it's really exciting to see the evolution of our ecosystem. And LOGION bring a multi-chain solution too. So it's not only on Polkadot, it's on everything. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Too. Thank you.
It
too.
was great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Stefan, for leading the show. It's great. And you look just like your picture, the green dragon. We have to say.
Yeah, it's me when I'm in good condition.
In good condition. Thank you very much.